What's up, ladies? I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday weekend, Independence Day weekend for all you Americans out there, and that it was just filled with love and relaxation. Happy Canada Day for the Canadians out there. And I hope you guys all got some fun and refreshment. Body shaping has been a pretty hot topic, right, in our group, macro tracking and weightlifting for women. If you're not there, definitely come join us now, macro tracking and weightlifting for women in Facebook. So this has been a pretty hot topic, and I will be doing a research review on body shaping and how to most effectively accomplish that. I'm going to share with you a lot of great information now, but do know that deeper dive research review is definitely coming. I love it. I love to do stuff like that. It's so fun staying up in the industry. Great. Well, hello. So for those of you who are new, my name's Kristen. I'm the owner and CEO of Queens of Iron. I've been a trainer and nutritionist for coming on 13 years now, and I just love it. I remember what it was like to be on the other side, not feeling good in my skin, not feeling comfortable, not loving what I saw in the mirror. It was so frustrating, really defeating, and took a lot of mental and emotional energy. And so as soon as I found out how to do this and how to accomplish a body I loved in a really healthy and sustainable way, I was like, bam, mission right there. As far as I can help it, I'm not going to let another woman not know how to get from point A to point B in the healthiest and most sustainable way. So I really love helping women accomplish this. We all do, right? We have a team at Queens of Iron, team of trainers. And so we're just very excited to come to you. So I'm going to share with you guys a few problems. If you're wanting the shape, if you could give a crap what you look like, you have no desire to feel good in your skin, this video is not for you, okay? This video is for the woman who is putting in the work, or, is, even if you're new, it's okay, but you're putting in the work in the gym. You're just not really sure if what you're doing is right, especially nutritionally, but we're going to talk about just the lifting side for right now. So here are some problems that are happening, right? Not getting the shape you want, because we've had so many women come to us and say, I got to my goal weight, I'm super low body fat percentage, I have a ton of muscle, but I don't like what I look like. I don't like how my clothes fit. I don't like how I feel. And that sucks, right? So what we do in our coaching programs, for those, who are interested in this, real quick tangent, is we get the fat off through nutrition, build and shape your body through the weightlifting. So you're like unfolding this beautiful body that you love, killing two birds with one stone, actually three, because lifestyle coaching is everything, right? So you don't run into this problem. And so I'm going to share, here are some problems. If you do want this like beautiful feminine shape, I'm going to share with you some problems. So make sure that you're not doing those. And then I'll share with you how to achieve this. So the first one is not having a clear intention of your lifts. So if you're just going to the gym, you're working out at home, you're doing whatever, and you're like, yep, I'm lifting weights, so I know I'm building muscle, but that's it. That's the only intention or specific outcome for that training program. Bam. You're basically rolling the dice and you're like, well, hopefully I like my body at the end. Who knows if you're even balancing your strength to make sure that you stay injury free? Who knows how much volume's on each muscle, because more volume means more growth in most cases, right? And so we really want to have a very clear, defined path to say, okay, I'm going to do this for the next 4 to 6 weeks. This is going to be my outcome. I'm going to do this for the next 6 months or 12 months or 18 months. This is going to be my outcome. If you don't know the outcome, or your training program's not set for a specific outcome, it's not going to give you a specific outcome, right? Your results are going to be plateaued. You're not going to get as much as you could. Like, we run into a lot of that with people coming in. The next one, and I have a personal story about this one, is doing random workouts. Just doing random workouts. I kind of just touched on that same thing. You're just rolling the dice. So I am, as of today, I am 6 weeks post-op from a surgery. So I have not been able to lift. I've lifted maybe 3 times. I've lifted 3 times. I have to take it so slow, I have been doing some random exercises because I'm just trying to move my body, wake up my muscles. I can already see the changes in my body. And part of it is not from lifting, but part of it is me doing random workouts. I literally had an epiphany yesterday, like, I'm doing the wrong thing. I shouldn't be doing these random workouts, even though, again, I was just trying to get my body moving, but I can see the development, and it's not good. It is not good. Another one is wanting the specific shape. So let me back up. Like, what shape are we even talking about? Me personally, Queens of Iron specifically, what are we talking about when we say body shaping? So I combine like bodybuilding, so like fitness model competitors, like feminine, gorgeous, fit. I combine that style of training with a healthy and sustainable lifestyle approach and mash it together. So we train our bodies like that, but with macros, we do lifestyle. You can have your wine, you can have this, you can go on vacation, you can do this. So we take it to a sustainable approach. So when I say build the body, I'm talking about not as fit as a competitor on stage, it's not sustainable, but just having a body you love, that you feel really feminine in, right? So when I say that shape, feeling amazing in a bikini, that's what I'm talking about. Doing group fitness is also not going to get you there. It's not designed for that. It's not that it's wrong. It's not that anything is wrong. There's a million ways to skin the cat, get fit, get strong, lose body fat. But that's not just what we do. We do all of that and create the body shape, that feminine fit look, right? Another personal story. I used to be a body pump instructor. Les Mills body pump. Any body pumpers in here? Love it. Super fun. Hated what my body looked like. I was 15% body fat, shredded. And I was like, I just don't look that feminine. Like, I just didn't like what I looked like personally. It wasn't until I found bodybuilding and body shaping, I was like, oh, my entire world changed, because suddenly I felt womanly and I felt empowered and I felt amazing in my skin, a feeling I had never felt before. And that was another moment that I said, I'm going to teach as many women as possible this, because your life exponentially gets higher quality of life. It's just amazing. Okay. So basically, if you want that shape and you're doing any style outside of bodybuilding type shaping, you're not going to get that result, which is why you don't see competitors doing group fitness or doing anything other than traditional lifting in a strategic way to build and shape their body, right? Naturally. Okay, so those are the problems that are happening. Now, here is how you can solve it. Here's how you can do it. This is a lot to do on your own, right? So if you're interested in having this done for you, click my name, send me a DM. We'll talk through your goals. You can also comment coaching or whatever. We'll talk about it. It is a lot. For those of you who do want to do it on your own and you have a ton of time to commit to developing a plan, I'm going to share with you how. And also for everyone, just so you can understand. So Bret Contreras, if you've heard of him, the glute guy, right? The creator of the hip thrust. He did a study showing that between 10 to 24 sets per week is good volume for growth. So if you want to grow a muscle, do between 10 to 24 sets per week. Okay. I've looked into some other research, which again, I will include this in the research review. For those of you just coming on, I will do a research review for this as well. I'm just sharing my expertise, experience. I'm going to show some images as well, but we'll dig into the research. I love talking about this topic. I feel like this is my true love. Like, I love macros, I love lifestyle, I love nutrition, but I love body shaping. So I can talk about it forever. Yeah, so anyway, I've done some other studies I've reviewed some other studies, and it shows a threshold. So I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think it was like over 36 sets per week. There was no noticeable change. So more is not always better. And so Bret was saying around the 10 to 24 sets per week is great for growth. And so for our clients, we do phases of workouts. So every 4 to 6 weeks, they get new workouts, right? Every phase has a specific intent. That phase could be growing hamstring and upper glute, right? It could be growing the delt, your shoulder, and growing lower glute. We focus a lot on glutes. Women like it, and it creates more like the hourglass shape, So anyway, that type of thing. It could be a wide back, so doing like wide lat pull downs and stuff like that. Well, what does that do? It creates an upside down triangle. So you build these beautiful shoulders and lats, and so then your waist has come in, right? Because you're creating that shape, and then you grow the glutes and your legs, right? So it's beautiful. It's really effective. So anyway, so what we would do in that case, so let's say the first phase, we're doing, 4 to 6 weeks, and we want to grow, let's say delts and hamstrings. As much as I can, depending on how much time the woman has, depending on how much time you have, I like to hit between 16 and 24 sets per week. So if I'm really growing hamstrings, it's going to be the first workout of the week. Typically, you have the most energy, the most motivation, the most stamina, and all the hamstring work is going to be in the beginning of the workout. You have more energy, more energy, right? You're not as tired. I wouldn't do it at the end of the workout or the end of the week because you need recovery. So you may not push as hard, right? So whatever muscles you really want to grow that phase, choose 1 to 3. You can't do it all in one phase. You can't. It's just not enough time. We don't need to train for hours a day in the gym, right? So prioritize at the beginning of your week, of your workout week, okay? Beautiful. Do variations, ladies. Always do variations. Variations in movement patterns. So for example, to grow your hamstring, you need to do a hip hinge, right? So hip hinge is like this. Right? So a hip thrust is technically a hip hinge, an RDL is a hip hinge, a deadlift is a hip hinge. Technically, the beginning of a row is a hip hinge, but so a cable pull through, right, is a hip hinge. That's really going to target your hamstrings and your glutes. But don't just do an RDL every week, every phase forever, right? Well, let me rephrase. Don't just do like a barbell RDL. Do a barbell RDL, a dumbbell RDL, a single arm dumbbell RDL, a staggered stance dumbbell RDL, a cable pull through, right? A lying banded hamstring curl, a lying machine hamstring curl, a seated hamstring curl toes in, right? There's so many variations. So make sure you have a lot of variety in your lifts each phase, meaning don't do a different workout every week. Get really good at the same lift for 4 to 6 weeks so you can get really strong week 3, 4, 5, 6. Week 1 and 2, you're getting used to the program. You're finding your weight selection. You're getting efficient with the movements. The following weeks, make sure that you're pushing as hard as you can. Then by the time your phase is over, new variety, new movements, your central nervous system is going to get shocked. You're going to see more change, more muscle change, right? Because you're not going to just adapt and plateau, but you're going to have variation. You're going to have different stimuli. So your body's constantly changing, which is great. So you're constantly seeing results, right? So you're never spinning your wheels. You're constantly seeing results. Ladies, are you following me so far? Please drop a 1 in the comments. I want to make sure you're with me and understanding. And I hope you're finding this valuable. If you are not following me and you feel a little bit confused, drop a 2 and we'll talk through it together. Beautiful. I see 1's coming in. Beautiful. I'll pause just a minute because typically I feel like a lot of you ladies love to get on the nutrition chats, but sometimes with the fitness chats, either people think they know it all, which is not the case at all. None of us do. Or it's a little bit too technical. So I question it. I see 1. Is everyone else with me? There we go. Thank you, Mary. See, you're 1. I want to make sure you ladies are following me. The video also maybe lagged a little bit. I'm going to keep going. If I see 2s, I'll pause. Okay, we'll talk through it. Okay, great. Now, I'm going to share 1 more with variation. This is also a form of progressive overload. The more variation you have, the stronger you are under different stimuli, which means you're stronger in everyday life, right? Not just stronger under the bar, you're stronger in everyday life. Make sure your rep schemes are changing. One phase, we might do like 3 sets of 15. The next phase, we might do 5 sets of 4, right? Way heavier weight, way lower reps. We want you to be constantly strong under any conditions in life, right? Don't just stick to the same thing over and over and over and over. You may be fit, you may be healthy, but there's this whole other piece waiting for you. It's waiting for you. So why should we care? A lot of women, this is really obvious to you. I think some women, it might not be as obvious. And so I want to share this side. A lot of women don't realize this exists. I didn't before I accomplished it. I had no idea. I thought it was just about losing fat, gaining muscle, I'd be good to go. Turns out that's not the case. Great. So when you look in the mirror and you put your clothes on and you say, I feel incredible. Has anyone said that? Let me know. Please do a hand raise emoji. I see your question, Mary. I'll go through the end and answer all questions. Send in all your questions, ladies. I want to bring lots of clarity and solve lots of problems. So please post all your questions. I'll go through. So when you literally put your clothes on or look in the mirror and you're like, yes, Who has experienced that? That is an amazing day. Imagine feeling like that every day of your life. It takes negative emotion away. It takes, I hate feeling my tummy over my jeans, or gosh, I just don't feel good in my clothes. I just want to go home. All of that disappears and you just feel great and you're jolly, right? Life's not perfect, obviously, but you feel so much better. Your relationships are so much better, especially with your partner, because when you feel amazing in your body, you're so much more willing and wanting to be intimate. When you don't feel good in your body, you're like, get away from me. And it eventually begins to really affect the marriage, right? We've heard that so much and it makes total sense. Same with job, your career, getting a job, meeting friends, meeting people. When you feel amazing in who you are, life is drastically improved, right? So that's really what we help you do here. And that's what this Facebook group is for too, is to just teach you ladies. It's like, hey, we've been there. We've so been there. Do this. There's no one size fits all, but there's a process. It's like, train like this if you want to feel fit, feminine in your skin. Track your macros like this if you want the lifestyle approach. Don't do restriction, right? That's not sustainable. Eat a lot of carbs if you're lifting weights and want to build muscle mass. Don't be afraid because the diet culture misled you. We got to get rid of the diet culture. Do what's good for your body. And if you don't know, click my name, send me a DM. We'll talk through it. Okay. I'm always here to talk to you ladies throughout the day. I love it. So please send all the questions and we'll talk through. I have loads of resources to send you as well. Totally free. Okay, great. I'm going to show you guys some examples to show you partly that it really takes time. This is one of my current clients, actually. She is way more jacked than this now, but this was a while back. So she is obviously pretty fit. She's a plastic surgeon, so she's on her feet like all day long. She just wanted to feel better in her skin. She wanted to optimize her nutrition. So obviously, as you can see, quite a bit of glute growth. In 6 months, she works really hard in the gym. Well, actually, she works out at home, but she works really hard. It takes time. Obviously, again, her glutes are bigger now, but it really takes time. But that is also a pretty drastic difference. You can see, like, sorry for the background of the vacuuming, if you can hear that. You can see, like, all this area is gone, like that love handle area. Oops. So you feel so much better in your skin. Right now, what we're doing, because women's legs, yeah, like even this shape is just looking so beautiful. So now we're waiting for her legs to develop. We have a lot of volume on her legs right now because women's legs, for most, take way longer, way longer. We're going to get her legs stunning and beautiful and exactly how she wants them. They're beautiful now. We love all bodies. Okay, don't mishear me. She wants them to look a specific way, toned and fit and all the things. So we're doing that. It takes time, right? It might take 2 years depending on how much fat's there, but it's so worth it. Here's another one. Again, she's way more jacked than this, but this was just 5 months. Huge difference. She came to us and said, I have hypothyroidism. I can't lose any weight. I'm totally plateaued. Nothing works for me. I've tried everything. I'm like, well, let's bring you in. Let's see what we can do. She looks incredible. I think we can all agree. She looks freaking incredible. Here's another one I love with body shaping. She works very, very, very hard all the time. She's amazing. She's not perfect by any means. Right now, we're growing her legs. She didn't want to train her legs in the beginning. She just wanted a big old booty. So we grew her nice fit glutes. You can see just stunning. My gosh. Right now, we're working on developing a little bit more right here in the hamstring for a little bit more shape, and then creating a bit more shape in her quads because she wanted more of the hourglass. And I said, Britt, your frame can't hold it. The only way to create that shape is we got to beef up your quads, beef up your legs. So I didn't use that word, right? I'm like, let's grow them, right? We keep everything very feminine, like whatever you want, right? It's not about anything but you, honestly. So now we're developing here. So I'm really excited for her. But I mean, my gosh, she already looked amazing there, right? And now it's just helping her get to where she wants, right? You can see this is what I was talking about with the lats, because naturally it brings your waist in. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Now here's another one with shape. If I recall correctly, she's not a current client anymore. It's been a while since we trained her, but if I recall correctly, I know she has 4 kids, and she was stuck. She wanted to optimize everything. She gotten herself really far, but she's like, I'm ready for more. I'm ready for more. And this is where she's at. A mom of 4, ladies and gentlemen. Like, my gosh, that takes some resiliency. Her sweep was coming in, and I just love it. I love her abs. We don't have to do very many ab exercises, ladies, because if you're using proper form, if you're really using proper form and lifting as heavy as you can with proper form, your abs are going to develop so much because they're stabilizing every single move, right? So you don't have to spend time isolating them. We maybe do 3 to 9 sets of abs per week, maybe. Sometimes we don't do them at all. Yeah, totally different body. She looks so strong. Like, what is the confidence level increase of this? Again, stunning in both. Her life started to thrive here. I loved watching it. She started wearing dresses and shorts, and just like, it's like her lioness came out, and it's so fulfilling watching that happen with women. This was only 6 weeks, so very, very short time. But as you can see, again, we don't do hardly any abs. It's just getting on the right macros and just getting things taken care of. I brought this one in here because I wanted to show you can make great progress in a very short time. However, for total extreme body change, not even extreme, but like that, those next level results, like I think with Britt, it takes time. 32 weeks as soon as 8 months. She's still with us today, right? So it takes a lot of time. Again, look at the level of confidence difference. That was only 13 pounds difference. She wasn't that compliant with her macros, like at all. So why did her body change so much? Because of what her lifting program was designed to do. And we have several women like that where they're not super compliant for one reason or another, but they still see great change. They still develop really healthy lifestyle habits, right? Because lifestyle coaching is a huge part of it. It's not just, here's your program, go follow it. It's like, hey, what's going on in your life? Let's help you elevate your nutrition, elevate your lifestyle so you can be healthy, you can be fit, you can enjoy life and have balance. So I wanted to show you the like what body shaping does. And also to show you the drastic confidence difference. It's just amazing, ladies. And everyone is worthy of that. And everyone should have that. It's wonderful. Ladies, what do you think about that? Like, what comes up for you when I talk about body shaping, when I share with you why I personally think that it's amazing for women? Like, I would love to hear what comes up for you when you're hearing all this kind of stuff, because not a lot of people talk about it. Granted, not a lot of people do it or specialize in it, right? Naturally. But let me know what comes up for you. Okay, so I'm going to answer this question too while you guys are doing that. And I always love to talk with you. I know sometimes I just start teaching, and so I'm not the best at like engaging, so I apologize for that. But please comment. Please share your thoughts. You're definitely heard. Share, how you feel. Share questions, like anything you want to share. We definitely want to hear it. Okay. Okay, Mary, during the phase, switch up with progressive overload. During the phase, switch it up with progressive overload. I think I understand your question, Mary. Are you saying when you change your phase, how and where is progressive overload in play? If you're still on, can you let me know, is that what you mean? I'm going to start answering it that way. I think that progressive overload is a hard term for a lot of women to understand. And I think many women have a very small view of it because, yeah, cool, Mary. Because it's not super talked about, right? So progressive overload means being able to do more over time, getting stronger over time. That's a good way to put it, getting stronger over time. So there are many ways progressive overload is involved in this. And love it, Corey. I'll get back to you in just a sec. It is vital to not plateau. So one way for progressive overload is increase your weight. You must 1,000,000% be tracking your weight. For us, I know Corey, you're in here, she's one of our gals. We use True Coach. They have like their own little workout journal that they can mark. I use it too. I program my own workout, same thing. We mark what weight we used, right? Whatever you want in there. So then next time you do the exercise, it's like, okay, how much weight did I lift? I'm going to try to beat it this time, right? And so that's one way you need to push yourself and make sure you're lifting more. The rule of thumb at Queens of Iron is if you can do 2 or more reps than what's prescribed with proper form, increase your weight. So if we have you at like 3 times 10 shoulder press and you can do 12 with that current weight and you're using proper form, you need to increase your weight. So it should be almost failure with proper form before you increase weight. Or I mean, it should be almost failure every set. We never jeopardize form. Form and posture is number one importance and priority over everything. The next importance of priority is sets, reps, tempo, all that kind of stuff. Great. So another way to, phase change. So another way to incorporate progressive overload is movement variety, like I was sharing. So if you're doing conventional deadlifts, do a stiff leg deadlift, do a sumo squat deadlift, do a staggered stance deadlift, single leg deadlift, right? Lots of variations, because then you're getting strong in that movement pattern, but with a different stimuli. Okay, I hope that's making sense. Let me know if you have questions. Another way is to change the tempo. So tempo, if you have a question on what tempo is and want like a 3-minute, I think it is, video, comment tempo video, I'll send it to you. It just breaks it down. But tempo is like how fast you're going in your lift. So if you're doing like a lateral raise, a 1-0-1-0 would be lift, right? We're just lifting. A 3-0-1-0 would be lift, 3, 2, 1. Longer time under tension, it takes different, like the muscle recruitment is different. It's a different stimuli. Although it's the same lift, the tempo has changed. Therefore, the stress on your body has changed. Therefore, it adds progressive overload, or it allows you to do more over time because you're getting stronger under different stimuli, right? Therefore, you're getting stronger as a whole, okay? Hope that's making sense. Another way for progressive overload is change your reps and your sets, like I was sharing. So one phase of 4 to 6 weeks, you might do 15 reps. The next phase, you might do 6. The next phase, you might do 12. The next phase, 18. The next phase, 8. The next phase, 4, right? We rarely to never have women do the same reps back-to-back phases. I don't think we've ever done that, if I'm recalling correctly. We love to switch it up. It's also great for the mind. Having something different, right? It makes it exciting. It keeps it fun. You can lift way more, or you can lift less weight with higher reps. Like, it's just nice for the mind to a mental break. Let me think. Those are kind of the main ways. There's so many ways. I could get really in the weeds, but those are the main ways, I'll say, Mary. Did that answer your question, love? Cool. Corey, how can you tell, other than sending videos for review, if you're using proper form? So Corey is one of our clients, so we have him send videos so we can give form feedback. The only way to really know is to have a very high level trainer standing by your side, because the vast majority of trainers out there aren't laser specific on form and technique. And so although it will help, it may not be the highest level possible. You can watch the videos, which can help. But again, if you're not super dialed in on exactly what needs to be taking place at every single part of your body during each lift, hiring a coach and a mentor is the absolute best place to be, hands down, no question. So send us as many videos as possible, Corey. Although sometimes if you send too many, it's like kind of overload, drinking through a fire hose. So anyway, good, Mary. Okay, great. Ladies, any other questions? I feel like you guys are a little bit quiet today. I know it was kind of a blast of information. So what was your guys' biggest takeaway? I would love to hear that if you're willing to share. Share with me, because I haven't heard from anyone. How does that make you feel? Talking through it, like what comes up for you? Learning about this and talking about this. This is something I like to hit pretty hard on, but again, I think for most women, they don't quite understand it until they experience it. And so it's a little bit hard to really get the point across, because they typically feel like, I know what I'm doing in the gym, but then again, they get to their goal, they're like, I don't like what my body looks like. I'm like, I tried to tell you that 8 months ago. But the other thing is, they just don't understand what it's like to have that level of confidence and to feel that way in their clothes. And so sometimes I feel like it's a little bit lost in translation, but always am doing my best to communicate it. So if you guys have questions, let me know what they are. If you're interested in this and enjoy talking about it, also please let me know. I would love to hear your feedback so I can just keep getting better for you ladies and sharing what's really going to help you move forward. So Last thing I'll say today. Awesome. Yeah, biggest takeaway. It takes time. It's not always perfect. It's never perfect. Yeah, it's never perfect. And it doesn't have to be because you're learning. We're lifelong learners, right? And so something that's not always perfect is hitting macros. Something that's not always perfect is hitting every lift or doing every lift with intention or lifting as heavy as you possibly can every time. It's not always going to be perfect, but you should always be doing your best to give all your effort. But again, that's not always going to be perfect, and that's okay. You can still see amazing change over time because if you don't feel like you can, that's an all or nothing mindset. You know what I mean? Let's just take baby steps and just hone in on one thing at a time. We don't have to fix everything right away. It's just like one small thing at a time. So then over time, you're compounding into this great result or this great lifestyle. And it's like, how did I even end up here? It's like, because all those tiny steps we were taking along the way, right? So give yourself all the grace. Corey, learning about body recomp has been very helpful. Love it. That's awesome. It's not just body recomp though. Body recomp can happen without body shaping. Body recomp is lose fat, gain muscle in a sense. It's changing the composition of your body, less fat, more muscle, right? But you can body recomp in GERT Fitness too, but you can't shape your body in GERT Fitness. So that is, I think also maybe that's where women don't quite realize like, oh, there's this next level. There's this whole other world up here. It's like, yes, it's so fun. Mary, it really makes sense that random workouts and random lifting isn't focused on body shape. Of course not. There's no intent other than get strong in this, whatever lift this is, which is fine. But it's like you're putting in the work. Let's get all the results, right? Let's get maximum results. Why not? It's the same amount of time you're putting in that your results are exponentially better. Oh, it's beautiful. Hey guys, I want to tell you something actually. I was on a call with a gal yesterday, and she told me that she was doing basically machines only. And I said, "Ooh, why are you doing that?" You know, and so we kind of talked through it. Look at that. No wonder why I don't like how I look. Exactly. You need the body shaping. I'm sorry you feel that way. Yep. Mary, we're here, girlfriend. I know we've been chatting. But anyway, so she was doing all machine workouts and she wanted to compete in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I said, why aren't you doing dumbbell or barbell? And it was, without sharing too much detail, what I gathered was I just didn't know how, or actually her trainer didn't know how. She was working with a trainer. And she's now our client. And I said, that is doing you a great disservice because machines stabilize for you. So you can lift more, right? Because the machine is doing part of the work, but your little stabilizers in your shoulder, in your low back, in your knees, all over your body are not working. Therefore, you're not going to be strong for everyday life and you're going to get injured. You're not going to be strong for jiu-jitsu and you're going to get injured because you're strong under a machine, but in everyday life, you haven't allowed your little stabilizer muscles to be strong and develop with you, with your bigger muscles. It's going to cause an injury almost every single time, right? It's very scary. Don't just use machines. We use hardly any machines. They do have their place. They are great. They do have their place. But we like for ladies to be functionally fit and just strong in everyday life. So you can trip or you can jump or you can move your house or whatever. Your kid jumps on you. You're just strong. You're just strong. Life feels really easy. That's, I think, also where quality of life goes up so much, ladies. It's so possible without spending hours a day in the gym, without feeling restricted. You just have to get the right path for you in your life and really what you want. There was another piece I wanted to share in that, but I can't remember now. So we're talking about machines. Yeah, I can't remember now. If it comes to me, I'll let you guys know. Okay, great. Well, ladies, I hope you have a great day. You are very loved. You are amazing. I really hope that you're having a good day today. And just remember that it's really important to accept yourself first and love yourself first, because if you don't, it's really hard to believe that other people love and accept you. You have to really love and accept yourself first and be your best friend. Have a positive thought life. Talk kindly to yourself. Love yourself. Be really kind to yourself. Be your biggest cheerleader instead of biggest critic. I still struggle with this. I know it's really hard. But when we're supportive of ourselves, life is so much better than when we're beating ourselves down, right? Great. Ladies, have a wonderful day. I don't want to get off. I just want to hang out. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I will come on live tomorrow. If you have a specific topic you want me to talk about, you can just send me a message and just let me know what it is. And if I feel like I'm an expert on it or have good info to share, then I definitely will. Okay, great. See you guys. Thanks for being here.